Hope you are having a good day and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nitesh from Solar Electro Control. Today we will be having a training video of customer relationship executive or customer relationship manager.
हम्म निकाल लो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
So about Solar Electro Control, it was founded in 1990s in Bangalore by Shri Harakchandji Lunia, and we are into trading of wires and cables. Also about the company, you must have learned in the product training or the company training video. So today we are leading trading and distribution organization having footprints across South India and planning to go India and other parts of the world. So now take a book and note down all the important points. At last you will be given a quiz and exam on the basis of this video. So you can pause the video and take a book and your pen. So introduction to CRM or CRE. So CRM is Customer Relationship Manager or CRE is Customer Relationship Executive. It is the bridge between the customer and the company. So CRM represents the reputation of the company. So CRM is the face of our company. So all the communication done with the customer should be very professional and very solid. Now what do you mean by solid? Solid is giving the right commitment. You should not miscommunicate to the customer regarding the price or delivery or any other things. So CRM plays a very important role in our organization. So CRM is nothing but providing service such as accepting the order from the customer and then approving the order, then providing the dispatch status to the customer, then providing the logistic details to the customers, and then acknowledging the receipt of goods by the customer. And the most important step is to collect the money or collect the payment is the main role of the CRM. So CRM should be very good in follow-ups and maintaining schedules to follow up to the customers. So what do you mean by maintaining schedule? Suppose customer will call you on first. You will call the customers on first for the payments. He will tell you don't call me on first, you call me on fifth. So again you should make a note of the date and again call on fifth. So after fifth, customer will tell you that you call me on eighth. So again on eighth you should make a note and call on eighth. It would be regarding payment follow-ups or orders or anything. So the main role of CRM starts after the order is received. So again, as I told you, follow-up is the key to collect the payment on time and provide quality service to the customer. So the main thing required here is follow-up. So this you make a note in your book in bold letter. So this is the main thing what is required as a skill for the CRMs. Generally, CRM process starts after receiving the order and ends at the payment collection. The transaction is completed only after receiving the payment from the customer on time within the due date of the customer. So now understanding the solar electro control system. So we have divided our systems into two roles. So that is one is before order and after orders. So the CRM process starts only after orders or operational process. So a CRM can also take the order if you are getting an incoming order or if you have a good bond with the customer. So now this is how the system goes. So the SEC system is after order, the order goes to the CRM team. The CRM team updates the order status and confirms the delivery of the goods with the customer and taking the acknowledgement from the customer that the material is received. Later, collecting the payments depending on if it is due date on its due date or if it is on advance. So this is the main role of a CRM. So these are the steps which are involved. So once to receive the order, after receiving the order, you will fill up the order form, order form sheet. After which the CRM will have to check the inventory in the inventory sheet or by physically visiting the warehouse and then confirming the customer about the dispatch details. Later, once the material is dispatched, you need to collect the payment through credit or the collection sheet. So these are the main steps involved in the CRM sheets. So now the CRM process. So the first step is once the order is received from the customers, you have to check in the customer database which CRM is responsible for the customer. So we have multiple customer CRMs. So presently we have about 3 to 4 CRMs which we are working with. So once you the customer gives the order, so first you have to analyze who is the CRM responsible for the customer to check in the customer database. Second, once the order is received, so the sales coordinator or the CRMs fill up the form according to the item code. So this sheet I will show you later in the presentation. After filling this order received or order process sheet form, the next step is the allotment should be done to the CRMs. So the next step is checking the balance of the customer and credit flow software, and then check their credit limit accordingly, then accept or reject the order. The second step is, since as you receive the orders, you need to check the customer's balance. Suppose the balance is more, so you need to hold and you need to check with the sales coordinator that this customer's balance is more or we have not received payment from a long time. So you need to discuss the payment terms with the customer. So on this you can accept or reject the order. Third step is, if credit limit is more, then inform the customer about their due balance and ask for the payment planning. So the third step is acknowledging the customer by a WhatsApp or a mail, or informing the customer that once you receive the order, you have to acknowledge. I have attached a small screenshot of how it is done at our place with that small template. So once you receive the order, you confirm the customer by saying that thank you for the order. For any, we appreciate your trust in our company. If you have any questions regarding dispatch or payment, you can reach out to me. And your email and your phone number is saved there. So make sure that you ask the customer to save your mobile number. Next, if it is a scheduled delivery order, so now there are two types of order. One is scheduled delivery order, and one is just order taken based on the ready stock, or one is, so we take the order and inform the customer that after 15 days we will give you the material. And second one is we take the order what we have in present stock. And third, if we don't have the stock, that steps I will be explain you furtherly. So the next step is, if it is a scheduled delivery order, just update the customer about the received order and inform the delivery schedule by verbal communication and also mail and WhatsApp. So the next step is inform the dispatch person, that is D1 is nothing but Atul currently, about the urgency of the material. If the material is urgent, depending on the commitment given by the salesperson or sales coordinator or the CRM, so you need to inform the dispatch person to dispatch this particular customer's material first. Then after this, the material will go for billing to the accounts department. Later, you can collect the dispatch detail from the logistic team or D2. So he will share you the porter link on the WhatsApp group, which you need to take, and you have to share the porter link and auto driver's name to the customer, stating that his material is being dispatched, and then share it to the customer. So for what happens is, in case of outstation customers, so we have deliveries outside Bangalore as well. So we put that material into the lorry or the transport company. So you have to collect the lorry receipt from the logistic team on the same day evening and share it to the customer on the same day evening or next day morning before 12 p.m. And you should make sure that the customer has taken the material. So the next step is, this is a very important step. So invoice acknowledgement. So what happens is, when we send the material to the customer, we will share either 2 or 3 copies of the invoice. So what you need to do is, you have to ask the customer to sign on the invoice that you have received the material with date and phone number, and if possible with the seal also. So this is a very important step and which you need to do this. I have attached an image of the same below. You can go through the image. So this is the received. You can see this is the sign and this is the phone number. So this is what you need to collect. So these are the important points you need to know. So if you're dispatching the material to any industries after lunch or 4 p.m., the CRM should call the customer and take confirmation before dispatching the material, because generally the industry closes by 5:30 p.m. So you have to inform them the tentative time it will take to reach the customer's place. Also, you need to check whether the customer will unload, or do we have to book a helper in the portal, which will be paid, which the customer has to pay extra for the helper. So the second step is, if any coordination between porter, auto driver, delivery boy within our company's logistic team and the customer, it should be done through the CRM. Now, for any outstation transport material, the CRM should confirm the transporter's name and transporter's mark. So any material going the outside Bangalore, so what happens is we mark on the material that the customer's name and a mark given by the customer. So once the material is delivered to the transport, make sure to take the LR copy from the logistic team. D2% will be responsible for this, and share it to the customer on immediate basis, or maximum by next day 12 p.m. So CRM should call the customer and follow up with the customers, whether it is Bangalore or outside Bangalore, until they have received the material. Even if the material is being delayed for 3 to 4 days, it is the CRM's job to take the confirmation. Generally, it takes 1 day to go anywhere near or outside in South India. So, if customer is not received the invoice, take a copy from the accounts one and share it to the customer for the acknowledgement. Then make sure that the customer saves your number. So you have to call the customer and inform and share a welcome message to the customer that I am whatever your name is, and I am your customer relationship manager, and save this is my number, and you can communicate to me for any other things. So the next is the dispatch schedule. So there are, as I told you earlier, so once we receive the order, there are two kinds of order. So one is scheduled order and one is unscheduled order. So what do you mean by scheduled order? Scheduled order is, I will take the order from the customer even if I don't have the material. While taking the order, I will confirm to the customer the dispatch days, that I will be taking your order today, but I will dispatch it to you after 15 days. So this is the scheduled order. So if order is taken by the sales coordinator or salesperson, and confirm scheduled delivery dates while taking the order, inform the customer scheduled order. So once the salesperson will confirm, second you have to confirm with the purchase person, and then you have to update the customer regarding the scheduled order, scheduled dates of delivery. So keep follow up and coordination between the purchase team and the customer and yourself and the purchase invert person. So the customer, if there is any delay in the delivery of good, inform the customer well before in hand that the material will be delayed by so many days. So this is what you have to do. So what is unscheduled delivery is, the customer will place the order with you. What you have to do is, you have to check whether we have stock in our warehouse or no. So suppose we have stock, you can proceed with the dispatch of the material. And suppose we don't have the stock, what we can do is, we can offer them either to change the size or change the brand, or even we can offer them like any other alternative. Even if customer is not accepting, then what you have to do is, you have to contact the purchase person. They will arrange the material on urgent basis for that customer, and you can send it on the same day. So now this is the FMS sheet, and so yeah, this is a very important tool. Watch what we are giving to the CRMs. So each and every activity is being tracked on this. So as you can see, this is a screenshot of an FMS
अभी
sheet.
दिखाएंगे ना
Now
सर.
I will show you an actual FMS on how it looks. So I go here. Yeah. So now I see that you can see an FMS. Yeah, so this is how an FMS looks. So now what you have to do is, see, first whenever you receive an order on WhatsApp group, either you or sales coordinator has to go to this link, and you have to fill up the form. So now you can see a form here.
sure है.
So one second, I will take you to this where it opens. Order receiving forms look like. So once you go here and then you write today's date. Example, I will show you a live example. Today is 23rd. The order number will come automatically. So what is the order number is? So this is today's date 23/10/25, and this is the time of order 6 p.m. 16 minutes and 16 seconds. So now I go here and I will take the client's name here. So one order what I am punching now is this one. You can check. So this is booked by whom I can write here. So this will go to the next step. So what is the priority high? Now what do you mean by high priorities? He wants the material on the same day. And then next where I will go, shipping charges it's included. No, you have to write here packing charges for two rolls will be about 40. So how will it go? It will go in transport. So now what is logistic partner is nothing but porter or tempo. Transport is going out of Bangalore, and self pickup is the customer's person will come and pick up. So when you write the transport, it will come as transporter's name. So you can write the transporter's name here. So then you go here next. So now it will come on what is the material. So as per the material item code, we will go on first 18.5. So you have to go and search now the order. So what we are doing is we are processing a live order here which we have just now received. So if I go to RR, and this is one thing I need to process first. Hmm. So now this is the order. What is the quantity? 20 kg. And then later I go, the price is 1100 rupees per kg. So all the prices are mentioned in per kg. So do I know to add more? Yes, I need to add more. So next I go. So again, what I do is I search. So I go here. So this is the material I'm searching for. Then I write here. So not what is the price I've confirmed. So do I have to add no more because only two orders we have received. So next if I go, I am submitting. So now this order is being processed here. So after processing this order, what is the next step? I will show you one second. So next step is CRM FMS. What I need to go, and then I go here. So this is what order we have received now. It will come here. So this is the order which we have received now. As I marked high priority is being termed as yellow. So as you can see in this place, so you write this order I have just processed now live. So next step, let us go in the next step. So after receiving the order, the first step is confirm the order with the customer. So we need to call the customer and inform him that thank you for the order I have received for the order. So now you can see the first step which is mentioned here. So first step you can see what. So order confirm with the customer. Who will do it with CRM? How? By mobile or laptop, in the sense by mail or WhatsApp. In how much time they have? 10 minutes. So now you have received. So what do? I do done. So what happens is this order here automatically the time will change. You can see the time. So there is no delay in responding to the order by the CRM. So this is a very important tool of a CRM, and all the performance will be gauged only by this one tool, maximum performance. Second, calculate the estimate time of dispatch as per quantity and set timer. So I have approx 15 minutes to do that. So you have to calculate this. So now this is an outstation order. So generally the outstation orders goes in 2 to 3 lots by afternoon and by evening. So now the order will dispatch in about half an hour. So I have to analyze. So and I have informed the dispatch person that this order needs to be processed. So then I'll go to do it done. And then what is the next step? So you can see the step 2 on the top hand side. So calculate estimate rate. So what is the third step? Confirm the dispatch status of dispatch. So then I have to inform the customer, sir, that your material is being dispatched today. So I have time of actually 1 hour for this work, but since this is a video presentation, so I'm going through this. So you can see again the time is being changed. So everything is being happening on time. If it is happening late, so you will get a time delay there. Next step 4 is get the portal link from the dispatch person and share it to the customer. So this is not an industrial material. So for the portal link, it will take about half an hour. So once you get, you have to get done from here. So now this is outstation. So for this, I am doing this. So this should be done only after completing the task. Now confirm with the customer regarding the delivery. So once the material receive the customer, you have to call and get the acknowledgement again here. So while receiving the material, if the customer has faced any issues, so you have to ask him here. So this should be done. You should not keep on calling the customers regularly. So you have to do this in 4 to 5 steps. So you have to club 2 to 3 steps together and do it. So if there is an issue, you have to fill the feedback form. So if there is no issue, there is no issue. You can just mark done. So this is how it works here. So at last, once the customer receives the material, so you have to mark as done. And next step is again. Did the material received by the customer, yes or no? And once the material is being received by the customer, you have to mark it to move to completed and confirm. So now this is a one full step of how an FMS is being done. So this is how you need to run an FMS. So if you have any doubt, you can come and ask us or the MIS person in our office. So I hope this FMS is clear, and it is a very very important tool in our company of to do an FMS. So each and every order you need to do an FMS. So each and every order, whatever you receive, this is how you need to do it. So after this, the second most important thing for the CRM to do is, so first one is providing them service. So how do you provide them service? By taking the order, confirming, and once the customer receives the material. So that is the service we are providing. Now next, what is the steps? You can see here. So next is payment collection. So now what do you mean by payment collection is? This is a very very important activity in our business. So our is a commodity business, and collecting payment on time is the biggest achievement what a CRM can have. So what are the steps involved and how to do it? So the target of a CRM is to collect the payment on time. So this is your target here. So everyone asks about sales target. So for the CRM, the target is to collect the payment on time by timely follow-ups and scheduled follow-ups. Timely follow-ups is in the sense, suppose it is 30 days from the invoice date, so you have to start following up with the customer from the 25th day, and every 4 days 5 days you need to give a reminder to the customer regarding the same. And scheduled follow up is nothing but once the customer tells you to call on, like you call the customer on first, so he will tell you on call on fourth. So you have to maintain the schedule and call on fourth. So once you call on fourth, he will tell you to call on eighth. So again you have to maintain a schedule for the same. So the focus of the CRM should be mainly on FMS and collection of payments. So as I told you earlier, you need to share reminders to the customers before 4 or 5 days before due payments by writing. Writing is in the sense you have to go to the credit flow and take the due dates and then share it to the customer by sending him the statement by WhatsApp and email ID. Next, don't spam the customer too much by the payments follow up. So what happens is if you start spamming like calling every day to the customer, they will block your number and later you will not be able to do any communication with them. So don't spam. So have at least 4 to 5 days gap with the customer. So for any PDC check, so there are different tools of collection of payment. So one of them is PDC check. So what is PDC check? Post dated check. So CRM must share the tax invoice. So once you see in the customer database whether you need to collect the payments for PDC or open or RTGS or normal check, so you will find this step here. So for any PDC check, CRM must share the tax invoice or performer invoice and collect the PDC check. PDC check is nothing but today we are dispatching the material, but the customer has promised us to give the check within 1 or 2 days from the date of receipt of material. After which the CRM has to follow up with the customer. Suppose he will tell our terms is 30 days PDC. So today is first. So today you have sent the material to the customer. So while sending the material, you have to confirm with the customer, sir, I am sending this material, but you have to share the PDC check. So after receiving the material in 1 or 2 days, you have to start following up with the customer that sir, you share me the PDC check. So now what the customer will do is, so first, so 30th of the month, he will put a date and he will give the amount of that check of that invoice through a check. So you need to collect that check in the office. So once check is ready, then you need to analyze that we how do we get the check to the office by courier. You can ask the customer to courier to our address. So any payments received by the company, take the acknowledgement from the customer and post it on the internal WhatsApp group of our SEC group to take confirmation from the accounts. So once the customer informs that he has done the payment, so collect a screenshot of the UTR number and share it to the accounts person A1. So he or she will confirm you that whether he has received the payment or not, because accounts A1 has the bank access. Also acknowledge with the customer that thank you sir for the payment. We appreciate your payment on the time. So the next step is also a very integral part. So if any payment not received in 2x days of due periods or more than 1.5x of due periods, the CRM should inform the sales coordinator or salesperson and hold the material. Now, what do you mean by 2x and 1.5x? So 2x is nothing but we have confirmed the customer a time of 30 days as a due period. So 1.5, so 2x is nothing but 30 into 2 is 60 days, and 1.5x is nothing but 1.5 into 30 is 45 days. So if we have not received the payment in 60 days, even if the due is 30 days, so hold the dispatch and first collect the payment or ask the customer to make the payment within 1 or 2 days and dispatch the material. But don't make the balance go very high after this. So all payments to be received in our company Solar Electro Controls bank account only. So now the next is payment is calculated on two modes. One is due dates and one is customer limits. So now what is due date? Due date is nothing but we talk to the customer that I will give a limit of 30 days. So that is called as due dates. Now customer limit is, so ours is a commodity item and the bills made are always generally in lakhs. So we give them a limit of 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh or whatever the limit which we have mentioned in customer database. So that is the limit. So generally you should check either if it is on due dates or customer limit. If both are crossing, so you can't send the material to the customer and ask the customer to first clear the payments. So you can check the due dates in CredFlow and customer database. Now this CredFlow I will teach you how to do it further. So different kind of payment modes. One is PDC check. Now PDC is nothing but post-dated checks. Are checks to be collected on performer invoice or tax invoice depending on the customer. After checking the customer database, the customer will share the check on date of delivery of the material or within 2 to 4 days of the receipt of the material. So it is the CRM's work or job to analyze and follow up with the customer and collect the PDC on whatever agreed terms of the payment. Next is checks. So what happens is sub customer which are credible and good enough, we send them the material. Suppose the due date is 30 days. What we do is we call them on the 20th day and request for the checks. So once we call on 20th day, again we have to call on 24th day, sir, can you please release those check? And after subsequent follow up, you can collect those check from the customer. But you should always make sure that the due dates of the invoice and the checks are as per our due dates or maximum of 1.5 times. If you feel that the customer is misusing our credit facility, you have to inform the customer that, sir, we cannot allow you so long credit period, and you have to change and reduce the date in the check and give. So the next thing, the third thing is RTGS or online transfer. Generally, what we do is we give credits to the customer. They will not give us check or PDC checks. These are generally good customers. So what we do is we start scheduling. Like I told you before, suppose it is the first invoice is first and due is 45th. So on the 45th day of the invoice, before 5 days, that is the 40th day, you have to start following with the customer by sharing them the overdue amount and asking them or requesting them to clear the payments. So after receiving the payments, only the material. So the last one is payment against PI. So now what is payments against PI? PI is nothing but performance invoice or advance payment. So there are some customers whom we don't give credit for the material, and what we do is we will collect the payment first in our bank. So what happens is customer will share you the message that they have made the payment, but you can't send the material then. You have to confirm with the A1 accounts person that if you have received the payment in our bank, and then only after receiving the payment in our bank you need to dispatch the material and further process for the FMS. So now this is a screenshot of CredFlow. Now how a CredFlow work is this one. So you go to CredFlow. So in CredFlow, I will share you a live CredFlow here. So I've shared you CredFlow here. So yeah, this is the credit flow here. So now what you have to do, so this is the company. An example, these are the companies and these are the total due of the customer. And these are total overdues of the customer. And these are last payment days. So you have to have a full training of credit flow by requesting credit flow or seeing video of a credit flow separately. I will just show you a demo here. So you can write everything here. So now I'll go to this person. So as you can see, this is getting refreshed. So now this is the customer you are getting here. So now I'll go to this customer. Next, I will go to the due days of the customer. So suppose these are the due dates of the customer. Now what I'll do is I'll go backward. Like 13th, I will click these. This is just an example on how to do it. So you can do this. It'll help you. So these are the due amounts I have shared it to the customer. Now what I need to do is I need to export the same. So once I select, I will get an option to export the customer list. So I go and I export here. So as you can see, once I go and export, so a pop-up will come about the due payment. So this will be converted into PDF or this will be converted into Excel. So now here see I have different kinds. So I go and convert this to an Excel. So once I receive here, what will I do is, so what will I do is here I'll go and this is there. As you can see, this is how it should be done. So these are all the due payments. So you have to sum total the due payments and you have to mark them. So now I go here,
Yeah.
I will copy this and then I will share this in WhatsApp. Okay, one second. I need to present one more sheet for this. So then again I need to go to WhatsApp or mail. Suppose I go to my mail ID. So you can check here. So I will go this here. Now I will go. So then I will write the name of the customer. Example, I will just put my name for demo. Then I will share due payments. Later, so I will share. So I will write here due payments rupees 59,58,564 and request the customer to clear it on top priority. So this is how you share. Now you can also share the same on WhatsApp as well. So this is the payment reminder how we give to the customers. Yeah. So this is one I showed you CredFlow, and you can have a separate CredFlow training also for this. So this is how you go through the CredFlow and see. And the next is performer invoice. Now, what do you mean by performer invoice? As I told you, there are some customers whom we deal in advance only. So what you have to do is you have to fill this all the details like the name of the client, and then you have to write the item code. It is a pre-filled form which we will give once you select the item code. You have to put the quantity and actual quantity. So quotation. So what do you mean by quotation? So quotation is nothing but you will give some random quantity like nearby quantity. If the customer wants 20 kgs, so you will just type 20 kgs and send. So what do you mean by pro forma invoice? Pro forma invoice is you will give actual quantity which is available with us, and then you will give the net rate, and then this is the amount what will you find, and later you will have to write even the lead time. Suppose we have the material in stock, so you can write immediate delivery, or suppose it's a scheduled order, so you can write about 10 or 15 days depending on when we get the material, and later we have to send them this performer invoice and collect the payment. So after sending the performer invoice, you need to send the check photo of our company, or if the customer has a registered bank account details, so he can make the payments there. So this is how a performer invoice looks like. So now what is the daily schedule CRM has to do this? So this is a very important thing which you have to make a note of it. So this is what you have to do. So morning you have to come every day, and you have to check your missed calls, WhatsApp and mail, and reply to everyone. Because generally some factory starts at 8:30 and some factory close by 9 o'clock in the night. So once you go, so you will keep on getting the missed calls. So you have to reply them. So I suggest the CRMs if they can forward the CRMs official number to their number after they go home. So even if they have missed a call, they can coordinate once they are home or in any other place also. Second, if they are on leave, you have to inform your buddy CRMs. Your buddy CRMs is nothing but the other CRM in the office about your customers, their dispatch details, and whatever the important work they can do on that day on behalf of you. If you are on holiday, you have to inform to your buddy CRM also. It is your duty to do that. The next thing is you have to evaluate yesterday's FMS and complete the task. So you have to go and check your yesterday's FMS and complete whatever is pending until the customer has received the material. So each and everything is being timed. So we are giving you sufficient time to complete all the tasks. So next is plan the day. This is very important. Once you come in the day, in the morning, you have to take out 5 to 10 minutes and plan your day. So what do you mean by plan your day is nothing but first you make a list of customers you need to follow up for the payments. Second, you need to check any dispatched any scheduled orders you have and you have taken from the customer, so you need to update them. Suppose you have taken an order on 1st and you have given a delivery dates of 15th, so on 3rd or 5th again you need to check with the purchase manager or the purchase person, and suppose there is a delay in the dispatch of material from our vendors or from our side, you need to inform the customer upfront. Like 15th it is dispatch date, on 5th you come to know whether the dispatch will be get delayed by 3 or 4 days, so you have to inform our 5th or 7th or 10th only that sir, we regret to inform you that your material was not as planned and it is being delayed. So we regret to inform you that the material is being delayed and you will be receiving the material on 19th. So regularly you have to keep this schedule with you also on taking this. So plan your day for the payment follow-up for updating delivery schedules and updating the FMS. So FMS is very important. So if you don't know FMS, you need to ask the MIS or check the training video on immediate basis. Do not delay. This will uh, mark your performance on KPIs. So next thing is you have to share the LR copy by morning if you have not shared them in the evening, and check for confirmation if it is from outstation. If material not received by the customer, it is your duty to follow up until the customer receives the material. Suppose there is a loss in, suppose it is getting delayed in logistics or transport, so you have to be in touch with the logistic team of our company, which he will be in touch with the transport, and you have to keep on updating the customer about the same. So every day, this is one thing. What I think is every day on your WhatsApp status, you can put some pictures of our products, and also you can share our enamel aluminum strips or enamel copper strip stock list or DPC stock list or strip stock list, so that customers, when they keep on checking their WhatsApp status, and if they have any queries, they will contact you. Next, you need to download ChatGPT or use Google Chrome for any of the queries you have. Next, for any issue, you need to contact your POC. Now, what is your POC? Is nothing but point of contact, which I will be showing you in the customer database. So these are some of the more important points what you have to remember. Yeah. So what are the points? So every CRM is given approx 100 customers. So the CRM should divide them into 3 or 4 days. So we pre-divide them, and suppose we have missed out something or we have not divided, the CRM can divide them like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then for payment follow-ups on that day, you will have about 20 to 25 customers to follow up for the payment, and generally you will have about 6 to 7 or 8 orders per day per CRM. So on an average, we get an approx of 20 to 25 orders, which up, if three CRMs are there, so they will have about 7 to 10 FMS to do, and then you'll have about 25 customers to ask for the payment on per day basis. Yeah, this is very important. The CRM should always be calm and soft spoken to the customer. You should not argue with the customer, and you should only request the customer for if there is any delay or anything. Even if the customer is getting angry, you should have the talent to, cool them down and tell them, sir, we are sorry for the late delivery or whatever. And then you cannot shout on the customer. You can just be requesting them for everything. The CRM shall use the phrases like, sir, like these are the templates what I have said. Sir, I request you to kindly make the payment, or it is my humble request you to make the payment, or sir, please make the payment. So these words like two times choosing the please, sir, please make the payment, or sir, we have commitment, so I request you to kindly make the payment today itself. So always the customer will try to delay the payment. So it is on the CRM's toilet and the communication on how fast you collect the payments from the customer. So if the customer tells I will give you after 10 days, you have to request them, sir, you at least make some in today, or suppose 1 lakh is the due, you make at least 50,000 in 2 or 3 days, and remaining you can give them after 2 or 3 days more. So that is how the CRM should request for the payments and try to collect the payment on time and as soon as possible. Second, you cannot lie to the customer or miscommunicate to the customer for whatever any reason, or give them any false commitment. So suppose you know that you have committed the delivery dates on 15th of any month or 10th or 11th, and you know that it is been late. So you have to tell the customer, sir, sorry, it will be late by 5 days. If you know about 5 days, so you have to ask for 5 days only. You can't tell, sir, I will give you in 3 days. So you have to tell 5 days or 6 days. Next, while doing your FMS or while working, we don't appreciate anyone using social media, seeing WhatsApp reels or Instagram during work time. That you can do during your lunch time or tea time, but generally we don't do as you will lose the focus and there will be mistakes in whatever you are doing. Next, schedule for follow-up is compulsory. So whenever the customer, when you call on first, he'll tell on fourth. So you have to always make a note. So this you can do either in the sheets of the collection or you can do it in the credit flow also. So if any queries of the customer, the CRM only has to solve it with the people. Suppose they have accounts issue or ledger issues, so the CRM has to get in touch with the accountant. If they have any dispatch or logistic issue, the CRM has to get in touch with the logistic team. If they have any pricing issues, so the person who has taken the order or the sales coordinator, so the CRM has to get in touch and solve the issues with them. So any communication of the customer in our company with the customer should be done by the CRMs only. So FMS works on scoring system. So each task is time and calculated. So it is very important. So every day before going and once you come, this is your main thing to do every on time, scheduled time. So now one thing is, so suppose we take the orders, even if the CRM takes the order, you should always focus on asking the customer and requesting them for immediate payments or maximum of 30 days. Now we don't encourage more credits of more than 30 or 45 days. So you have to always talk on, sir, if you are giving the order, this is the price, you give me immediate payment, or this is the price for 30 days payments. So now this is how a customer database look like. So this is a list of customer. Now I will be taking you through the CRM database. I will present this. You can check in the screen. So I think you can see the customer database here. So this is here. So one thing is, so this is the database. Now so this is the name of the party. So who is the point of contact is Dhruv, and then who is the CRM responsible here? CRM 1, 2, 3. So now we have three CRM. So this is CRM 3, and then who is the sales coordinator? What is the sales coordinator who takes the order? So generally the sales coordinator or POSC is the same, or if we have a separate sales coordinator, so he can connect with the POC and then he can take the orders of the customer. So this is this one, and 1 second. So in database only you can see all the details of the customer, who is the POC sales coordinator, the average size order of the customer, ordering frequency, calling dates, and credit limit, credit days, and how the pricing should be done. So this is how you need to check. So you will be given a viewer access. So suppose you receive the order and you are not sure on which customer who is the CRM, so you can see the CRM here by filtering. So whatever CRM, when you filter here 1, 2, or 3, you will automatically get the customers here. So if I remove 3 and I put 1, so I will get 1 here or 2 here or 3 here. So that is how you need to check here. So this sheet we will share it to you. So now again I will take you to the presentation. So I have showed you a glimpse of our database. Now, what are the important CRM tools? That is the FMS sheet which I have showed you, and which I have showed you. I have given you a live demo also. You can have a separate training video of FMS sheets also. Second one is CredFlow, which also I have given you a live demo. So what you have to do is once you join, you have to go through a CredFlow training video and you have to explore the CredFlow app. Next is order form. So this once you receive the order Either the salesperson, sales coordinator, or CRM fills them. The next is CRM's PPT and this video. So this is a training video. I hope I have cleared many of the things here. So next, what are the results? What we expect from a CRM? So now the customer should be happy from your service, and we should get the payment on time. Second one, the customer should be comfortable to talk to you and should not call the sales coordinator, salesperson, or any other person and tell that the CRM is not giving me service or updating me their delivery schedules or whatever the other service the CRM is expected to do. So these two are the main results what we expect to do. One is timely payment, which is very important. Second one, while providing the service, the customer should be happy and he should, tell us that I want to talk to the CRM only for whatever the results, for whatever. So thank you. So you can contact me for any doubts you have. So this is generally I've given you a CRM training video. So I think after seeing this you will be clear. So I will give a short summary of a CRM again. So the CRM is the bridge between the customer and the company. So any communication done from the by the customer should be done through the CRMs only to the company. Like the main role of the CRM is to collect the payment and provide the service. Now, what do you mean by service? Is nothing but you once you receive the order, you acknowledge the customer that I have received the order, and that you share the logistic details or the portal links to the customer. And once the customer receives the material, you have to take the acknowledgement that they have received the material in the printed form. And next, the payment, which I've told you that every day you have to make a list of which 20 to 40 customers you will be calling them and collecting the payment. So you have to keep the dates, the schedule very tight. So this is a general synopsis of this and the summary, and these are the tools which I've shared you before, which you have to use. So if you don't understand anything, so on the same day and same time you have to come and ask us. So thank you so much and hope I'm clear and this video has made it clear. So if you have any doubts, now it's the time for the exam. So you see this video 2 or 3 times, later which we will give a quiz and an exam. So we will give you one exam which you have to write everything for whatever questions we ask, and then we will give you a quiz which you need to perform. So thank you so much, and yeah, I think I've shared you most of the things. Yes, thank you.